It's time to start your morning by taking 5. Here's your host, Matt McMaster.
You're listening to Take 5, a quick 5-minute take on the biggest things happening in Nebraska sports. I am your host, Matt McMaster, and today we are in the official dead season of sports. This dreaded week, the 14th of July, all the way through the next 2 weeks of July. A lot of lists will be coming out. A lot of opinions will be coming out. Talking season is among us. The SEC is having their media days. We will talk about that tomorrow on Take 5 because there have been a hodgepodge of things coming out from different coaches and Greg Sankey. And, we are going to have a lead up all the way to next week with the Big Ten media days. And Matt Rule will be speaking a week from today, which will be incredibly interesting. But we are not talking about any of that today. We are not talking about any of the talking season today. We are not talking about the list, or we are not talking about media days. Today we are talking about an event that is actually going on that I very much enjoy and I don't think gets enough credit, and that's the MLB All-Star Game. Now, I feel like over the last couple of years, All-Star Games across all sports have gotten terrible raps, rightfully so. The NBA has kind of ruined it for everybody with the fact that they just don't give a damn about what's going on and who wins and how people look while doing it. And so that's kind of ruined things. And then on top of that, the NFL, the Pro Bowl used to be an actual football game. Then it turned into thudding. And now it's just this whole, field day event, which, look, for safety, absolutely. We need to do that for the NFL. That's not a game that you can really imitate on an all-star game basis, but that's something that we lost. Now, the NHL did a great job with the Four Nations Classic, but that's not as much of an all-star game as it was like its own event. That was just happening during All-Star Week. That wasn't an all-star game, okay? And even so, when the NHL did do their just traditional, regular, no big deal all-star game, it was bad. It was terrible. There was a lot of goals. They had they tried doing a whole, you have 8 different teams or whatever, or 4 different teams. It was a whole mess. The only all-star game that really isn't a mess is the MLB All-Star Game because you can't fake it. You really can't. You're not going to, as a pitcher, go there and throw meatballs right down the middle or not throw your regular velocity. As a hitter, you're not going to step into the box and say, oh, I don't care. I just want to strike out and embarrass myself on national TV. It's an all-star game where, sure, are the players as locked in as the World Series or as the playoffs? No. But you still have to give, you can't fake the game. You can't, let the game down in a certain way. And so this year, especially, I'm excited for this All-Star Game because, man, these lineups are incredible. We'll go down 1 through 9 on both of them. Now, the National League lineup is insane. Shohei Ohtani, one of the best players already of all time. Ronald Acuna Jr. in his hometown, in his home stadium, playing for the Atlanta Braves, playing good baseball after coming back from an injury. Ketel Marte's had an incredible year for the Diamondbacks. Freddie Freeman, one of the best first basemen in all of the league. And then you got Manny Machado, who's had an incredible season for the Padres. Will Smith, another Dodger flavor. And then Kyle Tucker, who's been the savior for the Chicago Cubs in an incredible trade with Francisco Lindor and Pete Crow Armstrong, another breakout star for the Cubs. And then you got Paul Skeens pitching. When I look at this lineup, man, you have superstars in Ohtani and Freeman and Machado and Lindor, but then and Tucker too. But then you have the up and comers in Pete Crow Armstrong and Paul Skeens. And I feel like it just shows this lineup more than anything shows the health of baseball. And you go to the American League, you got Aaron Judge, you got Vlad Guerrero Jr., you got Javier Baez. You have these known names also sprinkled in with Cal Raleigh, who's having one of the best seasons in baseball history right now, and a rising star in Riley Green, who's playing left field for the Tigers. And then Gleyber Torres, an incredible story in his own right, a guy who went to New York, was a highly rated prospect, was a part of that Aroldis Chapman trade, was thought of, highly, highly touted, didn't necessarily break out in New York like you thought he would. He was fine, not great, but then turns into an all-star for the Tigers. And then his counterpart, Javier Baez, in Detroit, his career was over. Javier Baez had 3 straight seasons of under 100 OPS plus. I mean, the Tigers, in a way, went on a run last season into the playoffs despite him. He wasn't on the team at that time. And so now he comes back, he plays a little center field, plays in the infield, but has had an incredible resurgence in his career, and now he's batting eighth in the All-Star game, and then you got Jacob Wilson for the Athletics, and then you have what is the best pitcher in the MLB, in Tarek Skubal, on the mound for the American League, where it's one of those things, and this is one of the games where I truly believe that the MLB is they're an incredible spot with the mix of young talent that they have, young superstar talent that they have, and current superstar talent, right? You got a guy like Pete Crow Armstrong. You got guys like Cam Smith. You got guys like Bobby Witt Jr. You have young players that you know they're going to be there for a long time and potentially end up, developing into great superstars. And then you have your current crop of just, man, Shohei, Freddie, Aaron Judge, Francisco Lindor, the name Vlad Guerrero Jr. And so I think tonight will be a fun game. It's two incredible pitchers in Skubal and Skeens, and will be a showcase of, a lot of the great stars that Major League Baseball currently has. Alrighty, I've been Matt McMaster, and that's been Take 5.